Row 2, it's Reece Belling, Callum Barker and Simon Reese. And on the third row, it's a welcome return to Jimmy Broadbent, who's also joined by Keith Feely. Grant Davis leads the AM Sport 600 field off row 4, with Justin Case and Brad Glennon sharing the honours, whilst row 5 has our championship protagonists in Carl Kitson, Jamie Aitken and Brian Bolster starting alongside each other, with Adrian Pellegrin, Keith Mulcahy and Luke Rhodes occupying the 6th row.
I think they're in the starters' hands now, ready for the Matrice Dampers. Race number 3, a fairly even start, although you must say that probably Spick's got the best of it over close to the edge. I can see that some of the supporters of each of the categories or each of the riders down along the pit area here less than satisfied with the way that the start occurred, voicing their concerns and complaint about it, but all that be as it may, we've still got green lights, green flags, green racing as we head out of turn number 2 with our race leader. Out of Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days for the run around turn number 4. Sorry, turn 3, Bike Haggle Dog. Oh, one of them high-sided himself. And as you can see there, Tim, as I mentioned before, when you hit the deck when it's wet, it just, you get a little bit faster than what you would normally do. Is that Hayden Spinks that's fallen off?
I think that was Sam Lambert.
Lambert, okay.
Gee, this is going to throw amongst the pigeons for the championship, considering that he was leading by a considerable amount of time.
Okay, well, they're on their opening lap as they head out of bikebiz.com.au, turn 6 for the run around Corporate Hill and the downhill section that leads into Franklin's Transport. We'll catch up with who's who in the zoo as they make their way around there as quickly as we possibly can. We're speculating that it may well have been Sam Lambert that fell foul in turn 3 on the exit of turn 3 and the run over the top of bikehaggle.com.au drop-off.
Yeah, it's very ginger coming through turn 9 there, coming into the Dunlop turn. Very, very careful and conscious of the conditions at the moment.
Yeah, it's all right for you to have a wry smile on your face and a bit of a chuckle in the background. Imagine being out there yourself. You think, is that Davis that's come up, or is it Jamie Aitken? Jamie Aitken, I think, that's up there at the head of the pack.
Jamie Aitken, he's one of the Pro-Am riders as well.
Is that him on the left-hand side there?
Yes, it is. Number 96, that's his normal number. So he's having another one of the riders that's come back after a few years out of action as well.
Well, Belling it is that leads the race. Reece Belling on the LXI Racing Trilex Services Yamaha R6. And that is one of the modern, if you like, Matrice Dampers Supersports, and the AM Sport 600 rider, Jamie Aitken, up into 2nd place. Simon Reese in 3rd, doing a great job as well.
Yeah, great ride there by Jamie Aitken so far. Very experienced rider. We've seen him around for quite some time, and it looks like it. I think Sam Lambert there pushing his machine back to the pits.
Well, I can tell you, folks, that the difference in qualifying time to the difference of the opening lap there is 34 seconds slower. Here's another replay of what happened, or a replay of what happened in the incident as they headed around the circuit for the first time. Yes, definitely a high side there, just getting onto the gas a little bit too hard as he headed out of Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days. Got on the gas a little bit too early in the lead up over the top of bikehaggle.com.au drop-off. Jamie Aitken trying to get the drive round the outside through Bike Biz down into Franklin's Transport. Can't do it on Reece Belling, who still maintains the lead. They head out of that turn for the run down. The iPone Oil's back straight. Jamie Aitken in pursuit of our race leader, Reece Belling.
Yeah, it's a big manoeuvre there. It looked like Jamie Aitken was going to go up the inside there through turn 9. Unfortunately couldn't do it there, but you can see the riders very, very concentrating on the conditions at the moment.
You're a cynical Blake, laughing at him out there in the wet while we're in the dry commentary box. But I know where you'd rather be. You'd rather have your backside, yes, backside, trackside on a bike, wouldn't you? Just like any true racer. And look at this battle for the minor placings. I think you'll find that that's Reece. Callum Barker, is it, on 47?
Yeah, Callum Barker.
In 4th place.
Yep.
Jimmy Broadbent doing a good job as well. I think he's on a new bike this weekend also.
BC Performance Rider, big manoeuvre there coming up the inside. It's was it Jamie Aitken over Belling?
Yeah. Assumes a race lead. A very bold manoeuvre. No, it wasn't. That was for third and fourth, I think you'll find, Tim. Here's our race leaders heading through Dunlop Sportsmax at the moment. It is still belling ahead of Aitken, but Aitken seems to be sizing him up. Now, Jamie Aitken had about, belling out of the saddle, looks over him. My goodness me, almost apologetically there to Jamie Aitken. Only he and his dry cleaner will know how close he came to falling foul of the conditions then.
Very, very close that was, wasn't it? Just about on the deck there for belling, but he's riding great this race, isn't he? Haven't seen him up to the pointy end of the field. Oh, here comes Jamie Aitken around the outside.
You don't do that in that turn in wet conditions, Jamie. Haven't they taught you that? He's got the drive out of turn 9 for the run down iPhone Oils back straight, head down under the fairing. He's got the outside run down into Matrice Dampers and manages to get the better of belling and take up the running on lap 3 of 7.
Yeah, you see Jamie Aitken, he is riding in the AM Sport class, but Yamaha hasn't really changed for a long time.
Well, here's a replay of him coming around the outside of Corporate Hill, or on the inside, then the outside. After negotiating the bikebiz.com.au downhill section, a very bold manoeuvre. Simon Rees in the background there on the green-livered machine number 322. Doing a good job on the Castle Hill Motorcycles Kawasaki ZX6R. He's slowly creeping forward for third. Callum Barker in fourth, and Jimmy Broadbent rounding up the top 5.
Yeah, Jimmy Broadbent moving up to the 600 class this year after riding 300 for a couple of years. So this is the best performance we've seen by Jimmy as well.
One of the key riders, as you can see there, making his way back on board the Yamaha, the number 61 of Reese Belling, has overtaken Jamie Aitken. 2/3 of the way through this race, or thereabouts. Aitken in pursuit as he heads out of turns 11 and 12, the Matrice Dampers corner, for the run down the Swan Insurance Main Straight. He was in front. Now he's back in second.
Bit of a mistake there by Jamie Aitken, which is Belling back in front. So it's all the work to do now for Jamie to get back. Oh, here comes Callum Barker around the outside.
Round the outside as he heads down into turn 2. Well covered there by Simon Rees. But Barker trying to boldly go around the outside. Will he do the switchback? Can't do it. Manages to maintain, keeping it upright though, excuse me. So here we go for a replay of what happened while we were talking about things. Jamie Aitken just left the door open at the end of iPhone Oils and up into Matrice Dampers, and Reese Belling needed no second invitation. Callum Barker in the meantime gets the better of Simon Rees and now out breaks him through turn 6, bikebiz.com.au. Can he maintain that pace as they head around Corporate Hill? He can indeed, and Barker, you've got to say, is with a realistic chance now of plenty of clear air in front of him. Here's a replay of what happened there with Callum Barker up over the top of bikebiz.com.au. Reese just gave him the opportunity, opened up the door, and Callum Barker snapped on that opportunity. Takes up the running and in third place accordingly. And now mounting a challenge onto the back of Jamie Aitken for second place.
Clove right down to the front too, hasn't he, Callum Barker? It's left Marie is in the distance, but here they come down at the Swan Insurance Main Straight with 2 laps to go. Here comes Callum Barker up the inside of Jamie Aitken. So Barker now has moved up into second spot on the road. Gee, he's made up a lot of ground in the last lap.
He certainly has, in no uncertain terms, looking at where our race leader started in 5th position. Our second place competitor has done a great job there. As you can see, Callum Barker getting the slipstream up the inside. Now Barker started in 9th, is now up into second, and Jamie Aitken on board 96, he started in 11th, is in 3rd place.
They've definitely moved up through the field, haven't they?
Belling, Aitken and Barker is the way that it was, and that's not the case at the moment. It's Belling, Barker and Aitken in that order. Here comes Callum Barker, pokes his nose out behind Corporate Hill. Up the inside he tries, he can't do it though. Belling is wiser to it and cuts him off in no uncertain terms. Out of turn 9, Franklin's Transport for the run down iPhone Oils back straight for the second last time. Callum Barker sizing up his prey in front of him.
Yeah, this is going to be great for Callum Barker's championship aspirations now with Sam Lambert coming to grief earlier in the race, and this will take up to another 25 points up closer.
Out of Patrice Dampers, who are the new naming rights sponsors for the Supersport class and is one of the world's best suspension manufacturers. You can check out Patrice Dampers at shocktreatment.com.au. On the final lap, down the end of Swan Insurance Main Straight, end of Races World. And look at the lead that he's got now. He's opened up a fair gap at the moment. No, he hasn't. Barker up the inside in the latter stages, down into turn 2 for the last time. Out of Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days. Lap traffic coming into the equation at the moment. You can see Jamie Aitken back there in third. He's ready to pounce on Belling at the moment. But it's all about Callum Barker.
Yes, definitely. He's had a great couple of laps here, but let's see if he's made the perfect manoeuvre coming into Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days. But here comes Jamie Aitken up the inside of Belling. Can't quite do it.
He tried the outside, wasn't able to do it. Tried the inside, still couldn't do it. This is into the advantage, all advantage of Callum Barker through bikebiz.com.au for the last time. Belling, in the meantime, trying to hold off the challenge of Jamie Aitken. He wants to finish in second place on the podium. He can't do anything about Barker out in front, but here comes Aitken round the inside and covers his tracks well down into Freight Links Transport for the final time.
Geez, Jamie Aitken's really closed down. They've all closed down onto Callum Barker now. It's here comes Belling up the inside of Aitken. Oh, nearly touching the two riders there.
Out of the final turn, Patrice Dampers, the naming rights sponsor of this.
Oh, Belling, sorry Lance, but up the inside.
Belling trying very hard out of turn 12 for the run down the main straight. Belling it is. He's led most of this race. Will he get the checkered flag ahead of Barker? Barker tries hard. Aitken right back there in third place. Will he get second? Across the line it's Belling, Barker and Aitken. Little less than a breath between them, Jim. Let's recap the Supersport category. Reece Belling, Callum Barker and Jamie Aitken, your top three. Simon Reese, Grant Davis, Brian Bolster, Mary Molina, Carl Kitson, Stuart Kitson and Nathan Brumby rounding up the front page.
Nah, it was the first few laps, just got into a smooth rhythm and whatnot, thinking that I'd gap the boys, to be honest, to then look the other side and see a bike right on me, so it was good. We had a good battle for a few laps toward the end there, and yeah, pretty stoked with my last first.
No, I think I was at the pointy end to start with, and then I saw Sam crash. You know, he's the one in front of me in the championship, so he had a big point speed coming into it, and it's exactly what I need. Unfortunate for him, he did crash, but you know he's still got it in the bag if he can consistently be up the front on the rest of the weekend. But big confidence booster for me.
Yeah, it certainly was. Really sort of hard, dicey conditions, but yeah, just sort of kept it smooth and kept my head down. Didn't really make any mistakes. I actually nearly ran over Sam when he crashed, unfortunately. So hopefully he's all right. But I actually run off the track. So yeah, come away in the third. Yeah, definitely happy.
Well done to Reece Belling on taking out the opening race of the weekend. But can he keep that winning feeling going in race 2? Join us on